Welcome back to Football Daily. It's lovely to have you. It's also lovely to have Sam from Full-Time Devils. We're talking Manchester United for that reason, and we're talking your summer transfers. Start with the positives.
Okay.
Ander Herrera.
Epic.
Herrera.
Yeah, I think he's going to be really, really good. What I think is exciting about him is that he costs loads of money, and nobody in England knows anything about him.
Yes.
So I think he'll be a genuine, exciting transfer as the season goes on.
So I think that with Herrera, he's got that class on the ball to get the ball out of trouble with a little flick, and I think he'll give that energy. You know, he wins tackles, he can pass, he can do a lot of things that you need from a midfielder these days. So yeah, I think it's going to be a top signing in central midfield.
Luke Shaw.
Wonderful.
Yeah?
Delighted, apart from the fact that apparently he's unfit and needs to get in shape, which I think is really funny.
I think against LA Galaxy he wasn't very, in my opinion, he wasn't great. He didn't suit playing wing back. I think probably because he's a young lad. Yeah. English game, he's played four at the back for his whole career. He's not got that ability to, press the full-back, come back, and he needs to work on his intelligence on the pitch. I think Luke Shaw just needs that time. He's a young lad, he's been to the World Cup. We forget that he is young, and he's played his first full season, then he's gone to the World Cup, then he's come back to pre-season training with Louis van Gaal, who's obviously getting him to work, so just give him time, I reckon.
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful signing.
It is difficult with a new manager coming in, isn't it? Knowing what you need to restock, because you don't know what he wants in the team, whereas you know what United traditionally want, which is depth in a way.
Well, one of the exciting things about this tour, and the fact that Michael Carrick is injured, is that it's going to be so obvious.
Exciting!
Well, no, it's going to be so obvious to Louis van Gaal straight away that the midfield has problems.
Yeah.
Whereas if Carrick was there, they'd be going through games, he'd think, well, it's all right, we've got the ball, we're getting through it. Whereas actually, take Carrick out of the equation, we've no other really talented, proper, traditional central midfielders. That's
a good point.
Which is why someone like Vidal, who we are having this horrible transfer saga with, that's doing my nut in.
Is that not over now?
No, it's still rumbling on.
Vidal's probably one of the best midfielders in the world. He's a complete midfielder. Since joining Juventus, scored 28 goals. No player at Juventus scored more in that period, so he can get those goals from midfield, which United have been lacking over the last few seasons. But I think Vidal will bring that pressing game more than sitting back. So maybe if Herrera is sort of sweeping in behind him, making the interception, and then there's Vidal at the forefront. But you could also see Vidal playing at the pinnacle, so behind the two strikers like he did for Chile. If we're playing, for example, Chelsea or somewhere where we need to press and we need to get in their face at home, could see that as an option as well.
I think the fact that obviously that Rio's gone and that Vidic is gone and that Evra's gone, we obviously need defensive cover because if we're playing through at the back, we now have 3 recognised centre backs, and that's obviously not ideal.
Who are we looking at?
Like Mats Hummels is the ideal person for us to buy because of his age and his experience, but because we've lost so much experience at the back that Phil Jones, Chris Smalling, Johnny Evans, all great players, they're all reaching that point now where they either have to step up or they leave because they're sort of around the age of 24. But with Vidic, we had a leader, a player who knows the Premier League inside out, knows what he's doing, and can help those players if they need it.
The likes of Vermaelen. Do you want sloppy seconds from London?
I think Thomas Vermaelen would be it's not an exciting signing for a fan, but it's a sensible signing because he's got loads of Premier League experience, and although he's not had a great couple of years with injury and he's fallen out of favour at Arsenal, before that, people were saying he's one of the best in the world. Like, his ability is there, it's whether you can get him fit and get him motivated, in which case he could be an absolute bargain.
The Van Gaal factor with that does, it plays a huge part.
Yeah, it could be an incredible signing if it happened, but it's never, no one's going to get excited about it. No one's going to rush down the megastore to get Vermaelen on the back of their shirt, are they? Yeah. So it's like,
I think he suits him well because he can play left back as well, so in a back 3 it'll work out really nice if he's the left-sided centre-back, go around. I think with Arsenal we sort of lost out with Koscielny Mertesacker, the emergence of that partnership. Like you said before, I think Vermaelen, when he plays a season of football, is one of the best centre-backs in the world. So I'd say, 12 million for Vermaelen would be a great signing.
Who's leaving the Theatre of Dreams? Who would you like to see leave the Theatre of Dreams, more to the point?
In my opinion, there are players there who aren't good enough to play for Manchester United, regardless of any other factors. Obviously, Anderson isn't good enough. Ashley Young isn't good enough. It's a big year for Tom Cleverley because
made captain against Galaxy,
but I think that's a really good move. It is a big year for him, so give him some confidence. Tell him you want him. Tell him you need him to be there. I think hopefully, I'm sure he'll stay and hopefully he'll have a really good season. But as I say, Ashley Young, Anderson, Nani, Fellaini. Apparently, I read this morning is off to Napoli. Apparently, he's agreed now to go.
Brilliant.
But I feel really sorry for him. The club had a terrible season. He suffered injuries, and at the end of that season, everybody's pointing at him because he was the first expensive signing of the Moyes era. Nobody had a good year last year. David De Gea
and Tom Cleverley.
So why sell him? He does offer a different alternative.
Okay, you're dating someone. I've not I had to do this, but some people say to other people, I've never had this done to me, some people have say to other people, look, it just isn't working out. Yeah. It's probably best we both move on at this point. It's kind to you, it's kind to me. I'm not attracted to you, you're not attracted to me.
What if she's been in a coma for 6 months? That's not really fair, is it? Give her a chance. You don't know, you might like her.
One more
season. Grow to love her.
She wakes up.
Yeah. You're saying Fellaini, he's been injured, he's been in a coma, his form's been terrible. Yeah. She's in a coma, she's blind, she's non-responsive, she's in a persistent vegetative state. Yeah. Yeah?
Marouane Fellaini.
Could wake up this September.
Yeah.
That could be Fellaini.
Yeah. Thank you for watching our Manchester United transfer review. Let us know who you think Manchester United should sign in the comments below.